Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. I'm doing pretty good. I want to say hugs and blessings to Julia, Sandy O, SKC921 Art. Thank you guys. You're the best. Hugs and blessings, and I just really appreciate the kind comments. It's touches my heart. So I also want to say super duper thanks to Betty Ann and Debbie H. Thank you guys so much for your kindness and generosity. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about today is I have in the Etsy shop now some leaves. So you can see they're in 5 different autumn colors. And what I do is I cut whole sheets, 8.5 by 11 sheets, and then I split them up so that you get all the colors. So basically doing these 5 pages makes 2 packs of leaves like this, and this is what you'll get. So you get the 5 I guess you call negative pages, and I just thought I am including these for this. I don't always include these, but I'm going to include them for this because I thought they might be fun to use sort of as stencils, or if you want to cut around and just have the negative or whatever you want to do with these. That way you can do, and you'll see on the smaller leaves, because there's a little bit larger leaves, like you can see this one's pretty large, and then these are the smaller ones. That's that same leaf. And so I cut it, and I can't keep the whole cut out on both sides of the piece of paper, if you see what I mean, because they're kind of close together. I try to get as many as I can on one sheet of paper. But if you're, I just thought these might be fun to use kind of as stencils. Otherwise, they're garbage here at my house. So I figured it's better if you guys can use them in some way. And then it's like 115 leaves is what you'll end up getting. So you'll get some large, some small, and just an assortment of different ones. And I'll kind of take this out again and put a piece of paper behind so you can kind of see all the different sort of styles you'll get. And then, like I said, you'll get them in different sizes. So, because like this one's bigger, that one's smaller. So yeah, that is what you'll get. Those are in the Etsy shop. And I did take one, and just as a fun little note that we'll probably be doing here in a minute, but I'll just show you kind of what I did to get that effect. You just put it on something. You can use a thin piece of foam too. You don't have to use this gigando piece of foam. This is what I use for needle felting, but just something that's squishy, like even a mouse pad will work. And then you take something that has kind of a rounded tip, whatever you can find. Those little styluses for scoring you can use. This is my little pokey tool. It has that cap that comes off, for the poker part, and that's what I use a lot of times when I do things like this. And you just rub it around on the foam, and that helps it kind of wrinkle and curl and do all the things to make it a little more realistic, right? Or a little more interesting. And then when you ink, you just kind of get that effect a little bit more. So I did both sides of mine. You can probably do one, but I kind of wanted that effect of those leaves that I found at Hobby Lobby that were paper. Theirs are a little bit softer. I don't know what in the world they make those out of, but anyhow. See, and then when you ink it, you kind of have that, it's a little more roughed up, like a fall leaf would be, right? So you can see, and then I did the yellow one too. And you're going to glue it flat down, so like you're not going to get a ton of the curling unless you just put like a strip at the back and glue it. It'll kind of be lifted a little. So yeah, just a little fun thing to do. You could spray them like we were doing with the fall fodder and all that, like spritz them with some of the Distress Oxides and a little bit of water and see the effects you get with that. That would also be a fun little thing to do. So that is that. And today what we are going to do is I'm going to attempt, well, I mean, I should succeed, but you just never know, to make a belly band to go in the fall journal here. And so I'm using my Autumn 1910 digital, and in there is the number 10 window envelope covers. Yeah, I think they're number 10 envelopes. But anyhow, I'm not even going to use it to cover an envelope. I'm just going to make a belly band out of it. I'm going to fold it kind of narrow like that. And first, I'm going to glue a piece of this to it around the edges. Fold it so that you can see that there. It'll be a pocket, and then we'll decorate it. And obviously it's not going to be as long as this, but you know, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to work on. And our pages are 8.5 inches tall. So that's about what we need to be making. That is 8.5 inches tall. So yeah, just trucking along with my day. What did I do? I got to get my cutter. I'll be right back. Surprise, surprise, I forgot my cutter like I always do. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is just cut these at 8.5, and I think that'll be the easiest way to do this. Let's see if I can get them like, you know, I'm going to cut one at a time because I just have a feeling I'm going to mess it up. So yeah. So 8.5, and you got to make sure it's straight with this cutter. I do this all the time and I goof it up. That is so weird. If you put the paper on there right, it's interesting. Okay, there's that part, and we won't probably use this second window, but I may use it on something else, so I'm not that worried about it. And I want to get as much of this as possible, so I'm going to keep this end at the top. I'm going to put this in here. Try to cut it as straight as possible. Okay. So then that way, that's what you'll see through the window. I think I might put in a little piece of acetate just so that it does seem more like a envelope. And I just have these bags that had whatever I purchased in them. And we'll just put a little piece of that in there. I don't want those scissors. Where are my good scissors? So what projects are you guys working on? Fall, or have you moved on to Christmas? I know Gayle is doing Christmas already. Bless her heart. She is on top of it. Geez. I'm not even done with my Christmas digitals yet. I have so many ideas. Like, I have so many that I want to do, and I need to just get a grip and get it narrowed down because Christmas is gonna be over if I don't hurry up. At least that's the way it feels. I mean, I get it. People want to get their journals made because it gets hectic at the last minute. And as you can see, I did a very poor job of cutting that, but you're not going to see all of it anyway, so I'm not going to worry a ton about it. Just don't want any really jagged edges poking out somewhere, getting caught on things. So I will just glue that right in there like that, and I don't need it quite that wide. It cooled off here a whole lot. Wow. We were like in the 80s and 90s last week, and this morning when I got up, it was 40 something. I think I did say that the other morning, though, that it was in the 40s. It's just weird. That's great. I mean, I don't want to go right into winter at all, but I do love when you get up in the morning and it's cool. It's lovely. I don't want to get glue on that because I will. So what I'm going to do is mostly go around this so that hopefully it will stay in place around here. And I'll do a little here too. I don't know exactly how far it'll go, but I can poke a little under the edge after. wherever it is. Okay. And the goal is not to get it on the part that's going to show in the window. Wish me luck. I mean, the good part is you can, and there's already something on there, but I'll deal with that in a minute. You can use a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and a lot of that will go away. And then you kind of want to rub away, and you can see I still got a little out the window, but like I said, a little rubbing alcohol will get rid of that. So I'm not going to stress about it. Oh my gosh. And you do, I know it seems crazy to sit and do this because, like on real envelopes, all these flap around in there, but I don't want, every time I put my tag in, I don't want it to get all caught up inside of there. So I try to get, that's down underneath, and get it glued really well, especially on this top part where the tag's definitely gonna be touching that part in and out of there. Okay. I don't have my rubbing alcohol right here, but I will go over that. You just take a Q-tip, dip it in some rubbing alcohol, and just try to get those little spots. Try not to touch your paper a whole lot because it'll obviously discolor it. I'm trying to keep this here to keep you guys from getting blinded by the glare. See, this is the real, like, vibrant side. That still did not cut right, did it? It's a little bit off. I guess it's pretty good. See how this side's a little more muted because that's the back of the paper, whereas that side's a little more crisp. I think I'm going to go like this simply because I like this at the top more. And if you're going to write on this part, because this will be folded and this will be the inside, so I need to figure out first how wide I want this. It's a belly band, so I don't want something like super duper wide, but it can still be about like so. And then I can still use that window on another piece. So I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not doing anything super complicated here. Yeah, it's not even on the bottom. That cutter makes me nutty. I don't know how to do it better either is the problem. Hold on just a second. Okay, I'm gonna try this and see if it will work any better. So we're gonna just go straight down the line and see if we can get a better cut on that. Has to go over this a little bit more. If we just go to 3 maybe. And I'm just gonna poke that in right there because we're starting at a strange spot. Because sometimes this one just tears it. So I'm telling you, between both my cutters, I think I need to learn how to do it like Carol Laws does. Because the cutters can be very annoying. And I love, I mean, that swing arm one was gifted to me, and it was so kind and such a great, if it just didn't make stuff crooked. It's a great thing. It just makes me kind of nuts. And it could be just user error. That is 100% possible because I'm not always great at stuff like that. I know people tell me I do this upside down too. I don't know. That's just how I learned to do it. So that's how I do it. But yeah, it's not like it's surprising that I do that upside down. I think what I'll do is just glue this on where I want it and then cut it off so that hopefully I get all my edges covered. I'm having one of those days, you know, where everything seems crooked. Maybe it's just my brain. It's very possible. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this side all the way down, but on this side I'm just going to go around the edge because this side's going to be a pocket, that side won't. You could make both sides a pocket if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do one side. So I am going to go down the middle as straight as I can with my shaky hand and across this way and up this side. And I didn't do my thumb notch. Oh, well, I'll get to it. And I'll worry about that over there in a minute. I want to get this glued down real well first. Before I worry about that. That will work, and we're going to take this little fabulous bone folder that was gifted to me. Thank you, thank you. I still didn't get my edges all the way, but that's what ink's for. Fold this back and do a thin amount of glue because I don't want a mess like I just made. You could definitely turn this into a pocket too if you wanted. So if you make one of these, you can, you know, do them both as pockets. I just wanted one pocket. I still got it crooked. I'm real good at that. Okay, so we will take our cutter again. I should have glued first and then trimmed, but here we are. Here we are. Here we are, real life. And I keep making this shorter and shorter, so I might have to add some lace or something at the bottom of my belly band. I mean, technically, a belly band does not have to be from the tip top to the bottom, you know what I'm saying? So, don't, oh my gosh. Don't beat yourself up about that. I'm glad I'm not using that part. Goodness. I'm a mess, people. Some days it doesn't pay to get out of bed. Yeah, I need to go to the whole blade thing. So I don't rip everything. I probably still would. Because I'm good like that. Okay. We're going to ink. So that is a simple thing, especially if you're good at doing the whole pocket thing. But that gives you some nice writing space. And a nice belly band. So just like that. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe decorate it a little bit and then fold it. I don't want to fold it quite yet because it is still wet. And knowing my luck, today I will get a big mess. So what I have for that is I'm going to use some book page. This is like from a statistics book. It's from my worst nightmare of a book. This is older than me, but anyway, I took statistics in college, and why is that a thing? Anyway, as y'all know, I don't math. If you're new, I don't math at all. And so I took it in college, and it was such a nightmare. I understand it can be important for things. Wow, that like almost nailed it dead on right there, didn't it? I'm just going to take a tiny bit more off of here. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel like my generation kind of got gypped on the whole math thing because they did the new math and my dad did old math. I've told the story 100 times, but some people might be new. And so I feel like we all got gypped because it's just very confusing. And I know I'm not the only one because I've talked to other people my age about it. And the math now isn't much better, honestly. My daughter had such a hard time. Then I taught her how to do, like, division the old way. And she's like, that is so much easier. Why don't they just do it like that? It's like, don't ask me. I don't know why they did that. I'm fine with all that. Multiplication, division, all that. But you start doing other stuff, and I'm out. But yeah, I just sort of feel like we never really had a good chance. So I have these silhouettes like this in my shop. They are not this big. So let me kind of show you what size they actually are. If I can find where I set them. Because, you know, when you're making these, you don't know what size people are going to want. And I just figured for like journaling cards, this kind of size was a little bit more appropriate, you know, and tags and things. So I didn't make the big ones, but I cut myself a big one this morning. If that's something that you guys are interested in, I can, you know, cut some big ones for my shop. So just let me know. But anyway, there's that guy as well. I like the lady though. I always like the ladies. It's the gowns and all that. You know what I mean? I just love the dresses and the fabulousness. So anyway, I think that's the one I'm going to use. And maybe I'll use a couple of these leaves too. I think it needs a little something solid because this is so busy. I tried putting one of the ladies, the fussy cut ladies, and it just was too many print things happening. So I feel like these are great for that. So yeah, if you are interested in larger ones, let me know and I will cut larger ones for the shop. I just did this size because I thought at the time that was good, you know, for journaling cards, things like that. All right. So I think we'll do something like that. I do like the leaves. Do I want some more colors? Maybe so. Shaky hands are the worst. Maybe we'll put a smallish one there. Okay, I'm going to rub those too because I don't want one to be all nice and, or a few to be roughed up and the others to be not. This is just fun to do too. It's always fun to rough things up, right? And ink them up. The brown one's not going to show a whole lot of ink, but it's okay. We could take, oh, I ripped off its little, those are very tiny, those little stems or whatever they are on those, whatever you call them. I'm just going to do that, take a little bit of that on there, and put just a dot or so on here too. See, here I go. It's just going to get goofy from here. We got to spritz them a bit. There it is. Oh, that was a lot of spritzing. The geese this year, I feel like they don't know what to do. They, like always in the fall, you know, quote unquote, fly south. And so we have a lake that is south of us, and they fly over there because they don't leave our area in the winter. They winter here as well. I mean, I'm sure some leave, but so usually what happens is at some point in the fall they fly over south, and then I usually don't hear a whole lot from them again. This year they have been back and forth and back and forth, and it's like they can't decide what they're doing. It's weird. That's never happened in all the years that I've lived here, because normally I for sure know fall is here. I mean, I know fall is here now because of the date, but you know, like sometimes a little before quote unquote fall, they'll fly over south, and then you know, you're like, oh man, it's here. But this year they've just gone back and forth and back and forth. It's like they can't, like every day they fly south, and then they fly north, and then they fly south, and then they fly. It's like weird. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're having trouble finding food, water. I don't know what the dilemma is, but anyway, it's kind of strange. I mean, I know they're not having trouble finding water because, like I said, there's a lake right there, but I don't know. If anybody knows about birds, fill me in, because I would love to know what the dealio is. And they started like, gosh, I think it's almost been, maybe not a month, 3 weeks ago or so. Yeah, that's a long time for them to be back and forth like that when they don't normally do that. I don't know what I got all over the back of this one. I think there was something on my little rubber doo-wah, the pokey tool cap. Luckily we won't see the bottom of this leaf since I somehow ripped the stem off of it. That happens in the fall, the leaves anyways, I guess, right? I want it to be a little bit like, I scooted that one over a little more than I had originally, and the other one's going to go on top of her, so we'll put her down. Just know, if you do decide you want the larger silhouettes, there won't be as many in a set, just because, you know, they're bigger and they take up more paper. But I don't want to hang, I don't want her, this, what do they call those, muff or whatever, hanging over that covers her hands. I don't care if it covers the plastic there, because you can't see the other side. That one almost looks like a real leaf right there. Crazy. Okay, and then I think we can fold this now and be all right. So I thought that would be a fun belly band. I'm sure somebody's done something like this. Probably Carol. Probably my sweetest friend Carol, because she does the coolest folded paper things. She is the queen of the flip, flop, and fold stuff. Is that a good title? She's the best. She just comes up with so many cool ideas. I'm like, how'd you do that? How'd you think of that? I think what I'll do too is put just a really fine twine around it too. So, oh my goodness, why am I having so much trouble? You know, if you score it, Amy, you don't have this much trouble. A little bit of twine around it before I glue it into the journal so that it will stay closed. Wow, that was rough, wasn't it? It's like total brain pause. Talking and doing this sometimes is not a good combination for me. I know I'm not alone though, so I feel okay because I'm not the only one. The brain just disengages for a moment while it thinks about what you're trying to accomplish with your hands. Sometimes I think my brain just disengages. My husband just laughs at me because sometimes it's like, wow. All right, I like it. I like how it turned out. And then see, you've got writing space in your belly band, and then you can put another cool something behind there. Oh, I don't want to take that away or you'll be blind. So where did I put the journal? Okay, so we have not even remotely thought about where I want to put it, so I apologize for that. Maybe we could go like right here, since this page is a little shorter. It's almost too short though, and I don't want to cut any more off. So this page, because it's a little shorter, but then you're going to lose that as a writing page. But you know, that's kind of life. That's kind of life with journals. I don't think I have a piece of the twine. Oh, I do. This is what I wanted to, because it's super fine, and I got this from Stampin' Up, and I don't know. I don't know if it's something they carry all the time or what. But I know there are people who sell it. I think Gloria P. Do you still sell Stampin' Up? Because she might be able to help you guys out with it. Something like that. If you're interested. Oh my word. I'm sorry, you guys. Struggle is very real. Okay, and then what we'll do on the back is just put a little something, piece of paper, so that one, it doesn't get caught on whatever's going in and out, and also it'll keep it in that spot instead of allowing it to move up and down, since it's going to be a belly band and not glued flat down, if you see what I'm saying. So I'm just going to use a glue stick, try to get my corners real good. And look, there's another piece of acetate that I'll find that around all week probably, just because I cut some pieces off of it. I'll just put that down, and that way it will stay under there, right where you want it. Hopefully, anyway. And keep your belly band under control. Ooh, it might look pretty. Might be too much. Too many things happening. Yes. Too many things happening. I like this one. I think it looks good there. So we'll do top and bottom. Have no idea what's going inside of it. You know what I might put behind it though is that the fireplace journal card that I made for the 50 stack challenge with the puppy dog on it. And I'm going to put quite a bit here because obviously these are the only places it's attached. So I want it to stay. So got our first piece of ephemera in. This isn't our first piece of ephemera created, but this is the first one to go in. It's probably going to take me a while to do this journal. I haven't done a 3 signature one in a long time. It's kind of crazy. Sort of feel lost. Yay, I like that. Let me see if I can find the journaling card to go behind it. I set it over here. I have them all together someplace, but I don't know where. Oh, they're there. Even though I have a box for all of it, you think I would keep it all in there, but, you know, then I do this and put stuff in piles. But the dog here, I need to stitch around this still. But see, that would look good in there. Yes, I like it. All right, guys, that's kind of what I got for you today. I hope you liked it. I like the leaves and the silhouette lady there. I think that works. All right, that's what I have. So I will chat with you again soon. Love you guys. Bye now.